2.5 cups of water. Somebody's got 2.5 cups in.
There's a be free.
I'll take it.
It's slowing down a little bit, but it's still coming out.
So this morning, I'm going to give a shot to the backcountry bidet. See how well this thing works. So I've got my cat hole dug with my trusty Apex Giant Dirt Diggler XL. Does yeoman's work cutting through all the roots, getting around the rocks, all of that pretty comfortably. So got that dug. I'm gonna do my business. I've got some backup TP just in case, but I'm really hoping that works. So the bidet worked actually really well. Gets you really pretty clean. Now I will admit I did use 2 squares to kind of dry off and make sure I got everything, but that's a fraction of what I would normally have to bring in and use. So I like that so far. We'll keep using that on the rest of this trek, and I'll have some thoughts maybe after the trip's over.
Right, I just dug that right there.
Now he's just showing off. He's gonna go back and forth multiple times.
I'm gonna hang out here a while.
Taking a little dip. So let's see, where is this? All right, came back for the camera. Round two, here we go. It is freezing. So this has got to be like 38-degree water. Snow melt coming down, 40 degrees maybe. It is just has a bite. Just up to the thighs. Oh, that's cool. That'll wake you up. That'll wake you up. And I can't feel my feet. Gosh, why didn't we do that last night? Okay, so if you haven't figured out, we're doing this counterclockwise loop, the Lost Creek Wilderness. And at this point, 2 days in, we camped right next to that, the deep crossing, which is about the 14-mile mark or so. There's a campsite on this side, 2, and a campsite on the other side. So there's 2 like right here, 1 on either side. So depending on which way you're coming, know that that's here. They're not huge, but they're manageable sites, so you can get a decent amount of people. That creek, as cold as it is, actually feels really good. And like I wish I would have come down to the creek last night and soaked my calves, my ankles. It's like therapeutic. So keep that in mind. If you're doing this loop, for us it was about thigh deep, and the boys went just north, kind of up on that other trail that intersects right there. You go up around the big rock, and there's a little side trail that goes down, and they found the crossing there to be shallower, so ankle deep or so, a little bit deeper in spots, maybe shin deep for them. The only drawback to that is, although it's a shallower crossing, when you get to the other side, there's a little bit of you got to climb up the rocks to get over to the trail. So it's not as simple. All the adults, we did straight through, thigh deep, no big deal, feels great. The boys pretty much all went the other way and scrambled over the rocks, and it was easy for them. But They were actually trying to get us to go do that side, but we were like, nope, this is easy. We're gonna do this over here. So keep that in mind. But yeah, great site. Worked well, spots diggable soil for cat holes, so no problem with that. If you kind of hike up the far bank enough, you can find that. So yeah, pretty excited. We've got a long day today. 10 miles, 10 and a half miles is kind of the target. We did almost 12 yesterday, so hopefully a little bit easier, but we've got one substantial climb to get out of this river basin, and then a secondary climb later on down the road if we push past the trail intersect with where Wigwam starts. Then we'll go up and over another ridge down to the second batch of campsites. So, all right, we'll check back later for more. We just started on trail here in the last 2 or 3 minutes. We're hiking through this like river valley, river basin. You've got these rock formations on all sides, just like cliffs going up in every direction. So we've got about a 2-mile hike along the bottom here, a little up and down, and then we'll get to the cliff on the far side. I don't know if there's a better way to describe it, but it's about 1,000-foot climb in 2 miles. So a lot of switchbacks, getting up and out of this, and then down the other side to the next trail intersection and like first round of campsites and whatnot that we're gonna hopefully go past. So temperature's great. It was warm last night. It was only like 48 degrees, so you know, quite a bit warmer than the 31 that we had the night before, but we were about 900 feet lower. So 48 degrees. Now it's already up close to 65 degrees as we're hiking out. Sun's just hitting the bottom of the canyon here a little bit ago, but it'll definitely warm up if we have any sections in the sun. I can feel it might be a warm day. I got the shorts on for the river crossing, but I decided to keep them on because it just feels awesome and it's a little warmer. All right, I'm gonna check back in later. I think it goes right through like a cave. You can get it from up here too. Little cave, pass through. Look at that balancing act. It's a nice little campsite down here below. Looks like the creek maybe comes through a little cave where we just went up and around. Well, we're still around the bottom, but there's still sizable switchbacks, you know, gaining 200 feet, 300 feet, losing 100, gaining 200, losing 100 through this river bottom. We're still kind of in the canyon, so the big climb is still ahead of us. I'm scouting ahead a little bit. So they're coming up the switchback right here below me, and they'll get to this spot, and then I'll meet up with them and we'll go a little higher. But we're having them go slow on the climbs and help out, you know, if somebody needs it. Lighten their load just a little bit, make it a little easier. We've got a long day and it's warm today. I don't know what the temps is. I haven't checked them in a little bit, but my guess it's every bit of 70, 75 already. So, all right, I'm gonna go meet up with these guys. I will check back in a little bit.
I think I've seen when I went to San Diego in the late 80s.
Okay, so there's a lot of hikers have to deal with. We're doing this big climb. That was a big lightning strike out in the distance. So there's a storm brewing, and there is lightning off to the west. And luckily it seems to be moving kind of parallel to us. I'm most worried about what's coming this way, but the stuff that's off that way seems to be going that way. But it's active, and we're 1,000 feet from the top. So it's that dilemma of how much time can you push over, get down the other side safely. You don't want to get caught on the top. So we're really watching that. And I'm in the back, so they're in the front. So if I need to run up to get them to come back down, I will. But if they can get up and over, I'll hightail it and get over. But it's high concern. We want to be safe, and we don't want to put anybody in danger. So that's on our minds. So we put a halt to everything and decided to wait for everything to push through. We're still about 900 feet below the ridge line. We sent the boys down even a little further because there is some lightning in the area. It's about between 1.5 miles and 2 miles off. So just trying to be safe. We're not going to push it any further. Give this some time to blow through. But we're all kind of spread out, sitting down. We kind of talked to them a little bit about the risks and protocols, so they're briefed, but it seems to be blowing through. There is some blue sky I can see off in the distance. So we'll give it 15 minutes or so, see if the thunder starts to move away from us before we make any kind of decision. So we'll check back in later. All right, so blue skies are popping through. The storm's moving off behind us. So within 10 minutes, we'll make a call and see if it's far enough away. We're looking at 3 or 4 miles off already, moving pretty quick. So we'll wait until 5-10 miles off, moving in the opposite direction before we make a call. So.
This way? Yeah. Really? And then we have, on the last time we had a shot, he said we go Goose, and then we go the other one.
Goose to Wigwam.
Isn't Wigwam the last one?
Yeah, Wigwam's the last one. All right, so we're making good time on the downhill. I thought I'd film this spot because those of you that are doing this, especially counterclockwise, you're gonna wanna pay attention to this. So you're gonna get to this section here, and they've got these rocks that are lined up, kind of funneling you towards the marsh, creek, muck, messiness that's out there. And then there's other spots that look like campsites, but there also looks like trail, and it's a little confusing, especially if you don't have GPS. So we ended up, a group went out trying to find the cross of the stream, and it's all marsh. It's very difficult. There are logs that are there, and you can make your way all the way to the other side. And the clarification, the confirmation that you know it's the right way is when you get to the other side, there's a trail junction sign for Wigwam and Goose Creek Trail. So you're guaranteed you're going that way. They don't have that sign over here, which would be nice, but the best you get is these rocks. So we're gonna lead the group across the marshy mess and go from there. So learn from our mistake. So this is what it looks like when you're a veteran or when you're a rookie and you've got rain gear and you have to hike in rain gear and it's hot and sweaty and uncomfortable, or you could just hike in your normal t-shirt and have an umbrella. I got rain gear in the pack, who am I kidding? but it is kind of nice to be hiking like this and not have to throw a jacket on yet. If the wind picks up, the umbrella's not worth its weight, but then I switch to the jacket. We got more thunder in the area. It seems to be moving to the south of us. Skies are still light in front. I'm watching over here, which is still pretty light. Dark stuff's behind us, but it seems to be moving off in that general direction. So if we're lucky, we just get a little sprinkle on the outskirt of it. But we're ready just in case. We're in a low level, so risk is low. But you got to take all that stuff into consideration all the time. Safety first. So I'll check back in later, see if the rain picks up or if we're lucky, moves off. That's what it looks like behind us. That's what it looks like ahead of us. I'll take this. Hopefully that stays back there. My God, good luck and safe. See the old cabin up on the ridge.
Get that! Yeah! Got that?
Nice work. Well, we found 3 campsites. The first one I found was here. Second one is up a little ways. And third one's tucked in. They're all about 30-40 yards apart. I thought the second one might be a little bit better. You can see kind of that rock formation. Just to give you some idea, we came around the bend and came over here and then had the river crossing. So, and now we're going up the other side. The trail that goes through the rocky ravine comes up along this side. That one we were told was extremely hazardous and dangerous to, bouldering and scrambling and all that stuff. So we did the big loop, but that trail comes up along here and then ducks out and connects with this one. So we're just gonna head up, figure out which camp we want.
Can you go get my spoon and then pour a little more water in it?
Yeah,
Fire it
yeah.
back up again.
Eat yours as hungry, Mike. I am.